Hey guys, we are back again for Untitled Podcast,
Number 3.
Episode 3. I'm Jess, and I'm here with the amazing, very talented, very amazing, handsome man, my lovely boyfriend, Ben.
I want more. Keep going.
The most phenomenal, intriguing, outstanding, incredible. Now I'm just kissing, the best, most amazing. Now I'm just kissing your feet at this point.
Again, the whole podcast can be just this. I mean, I'll eat it up. I don't care if you guys liked it or not, but hey, I felt good. Anywho,
Where's my loving? I want to hear some.
Yeah, it was in the first 2 episodes of the podcast.
I gave you some loving there too.
Okay, that's true.
So give me some.
All right. Yes, we're back, and I am joined with my gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful, talented, face so sweet it makes your teeth hurt, beautiful woman, my beautiful girlfriend, and wonderful producer, Miss Jess. I am here with you, and we are back, guys. It is episode 3.
Ow! Episode 3.
This is episode 3 Redux. You want to know what Redux means? It means we screwed up the first recording, so we're doing this again.
Correction, we didn't screw it up. The computer did, because it corrupted.
Yeah, it got corrupted. So, unfortunately, the original episode 3 got corrupted, and we have to re-record the 3rd episode. But you know what? It's okay.
We have fun.
We have fun.
But this is where we insert the sad face, the sad crying face, because it got corrupted.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We turn it into happy.
If we can remember anything that we talked about during that episode, we'll bring it up in this one. But you can't make an omelet without going to Denny's. Is that how the saying goes?
I mean, I've never heard that saying, but I guess so.
I think it's you can't make an omelet without crack. Whatever.
You can't make an omelet without the eggs.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
Exactly.
the main ingredient is an egg.
Exactly. But anyway, yes, we're back.
Anywho's.
We're back. It's episode 3.
Episode 3.
Holy crap.
Holy crap.
What an interesting time since the time we recorded that week, and then up to the point when we're recording this one at the time right now.
Oh my gosh, so much has happened, guys. So much has happened.
Yeah. So let's start with the first thing when we do a recap of what we did throughout the week.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. One thing that did happen this week, throughout the time period between the corrupted recording to now. Our little buddies came out. Our Monster Hunter Amiibos came out. Finally. After being stuck in the middle of ocean poopy nowhere.
Poopy nowhere. I like that.
But yeah, so they were originally supposed to come out the same time during the time when the Smash Brothers ones came out. Byleth, Terry, and Banjo, which we also got. And gorgeous! I love it. They're great. I love the fact that we have them. But they were supposed to come out the same time those did.
But they got stuck in the sea.
Apparently, yeah. So they got pushed to, I think they said the end of the month. And then we're like, okay, we can wait a couple extra days. Come back the next day, get them. May I remind you, we did not receive a call. GameStop.
Nope.
GameStop. We didn't receive a call because a good GameStop employee is supposed to call a customer when their pre-order is ready to let them know, hey, it's here, you can come pick it up, especially if it got delayed an extra week and you had to wait.
I mean, most GameStops do.
And so we didn't get a call. The only way we found out that, hey, maybe they're available is we just went off of what they told us when we went to go pick it up. So we went to go pick them up.
Well,
excited as ever.
We went off what they said, and then I have connections, so I have a little inside details of things.
Yeah, but this is the first time. We went up there after they told us, hey, it'll be out in about a week. So we went up there.
Very excited.
We were excited. We're bringing our boys home. They're going to sit on the shelf, and we're never going to touch them or open them. It's going to be great. Because that's what you do with Amiibo. But we rolled up there. We was like, hey, how's it going? me and this beautiful piece of work here are here to pick up our Amiibos. Let's get them. Let's have them.
And oh my god,
it was like pulling teeth. They're like, what did you need to pick up?
Can you repeat that? How do you spell that?
And it's like, we're here to pick up our Monster Hunter Amiibos that were delayed, and we're picking them up because they were delayed to today, and we're picking them up. And they're like, oh, they're not here. And I'm like, what?
She was like, they're not here yet, but we are honoring a $5 coupon on each Amiibo since they're not here.
Mm-hmm. And when you hear that, you're thinking, cool, we get a $5 coupon for each Amiibo that got delayed and everything like that. And we're thinking, sweet, extra couple bucks.
Perfect.
So we could be like, hey, we're going to put that aside, maybe put it towards another pre-order. More than likely, we're going to pre-order the newer Monster Hunter Amiibos that are coming out for Monster Hunter Stories 2, which are coming out in July. Or if you're listening to this in July, they're out already. But if you're not listening to it July, they come out in July. But we were going to pre-order that. They're still not available for pre-order, but at the time of this recording, they're not. But so we decided to be like, hey, we'll do that with the extra money that we got. And we asked them, it's like, hey, like, how long are we supposed to wait and everything like that? And they told us it was going to be at the latest about April 9th, I think they said.
Yeah, they said April 9th, yes.
So it was about to be like it was going to be April 9th when we had to pick up, which was like, I think like another week and a half. Roughly about that. So we're like, fine, all right, cool. We'll be back on the 9th to pick them up. And so we left devastated, sad, a little bummed. I was bummed because it's like I really wanted these Monster Hunter Amiibos.
Very super sad, but might I add something right quick before you say, because you said we left, but you forgot to add.
I forgot all of the travesty and you explain it because I'm still ugh.
All right, so this employee messed up so much. Like, she was all like, we're gonna
kid.
Exactly. We're going to honor the $5 coupon, like we previously said.
Mm-hmm.
But she did honor it, but what she ended up doing, she messed up the whole thing. The whole entire thing.
The whole plate.
The whole plate. Now I'm hungry. I want some food. But anyways, like, she honored it and all. And might I add one thing? We had credit towards a Funko Pop we never picked up.
Yeah.
A Bloodborne Funko Pop.
We got a Bloodborne Hunter Funko Pop, which I love, by the way. I adore that thing. It's so cool. But apparently we had a credit because we had already picked one up.
When we paid for it.
And we paid for it. But they said we never picked it up, and they gave us like an additional credit for it because they said we never picked it up. And I'm like, hey, an extra $13. I ain't complaining.
Right? But let me tell you, explaining that extra $13 that we pretty much almost got screwed out of completely. Like, we almost got screwed out of $13 because what this chick ended up doing, we picked up all the Monster Amiibos in that Funko Pop.
Which were not available yet, by the way.
Yeah.
They were not available yet.
And she said we picked them up. So, we're like, when I was looking over the receipt, I looked at bin here and I was like, this does not look normal. This does not look right because, she sat there telling us, because I brought up the Funko Pop credit and I was like, hey, we have credit for that. And she's like, yeah, I went ahead and already used it for you guys. But the thing about it is when I was looking at the receipt, I saw, because we got $16.05 back, which in the long run, $5 each for each Amiibo, $5 each. There was 3, so it's $15 plus the tax that you get back. It's going to be $16.05. But
you're getting math lessons today, son.
Right? The Funko Pop was $12.83 that we were going to get back. So if you think about it in the long run, $12.83 plus the $5 is like 17 something and change, or even 18. We only got $16.05 back. So I looked at him, I was like, something is off. Something is off. So we left devastated as crap, and like we're like, we
were bummed because we really wanted, like, we were excited to pick up the Amiibo, and this is the second time we were told to come in and they weren't there. And
we were excited, and like let me tell you, it's just it's crazy how, one, they don't call about pre-orders, and two, they don't even answer the phone when you call.
Dude, it got to the point where they wouldn't answer the phone, where we would like walk into the store. We'd walk into the store, call the store while we're in there just to see if they picked up the phone. They don't. And it's like, it's one of those things where it says like, all store associates are currently busy. Please hang up and try again. And it's like, bro, we're in the store and they're not on the phones.
I mean, we still have yet to try that, actually.
I think, that's my plan. It's my plan.
But, so we'll jump forward to, you know, before we left to go on our little trip. And this is why, like, everything, the streaming, the videos.
Which is another thing we're going to talk about, too.
Yes, we'll talk about that as well. But we'll fast forward to that. So, you know, Friday rolled around, the 9th, the day we were supposed to go pick them up, correct?
Yeah. Friday came around. We were headed there.
We were packing everything up. Before we headed there, would you like to say how many times you tried calling them? Do you remember?
I remember like being like, all right, let's just try. Let's just, like, before we head out of town, let's see if we can see if it's there. That way we could pick it up before we officially head out, and that way we can just have them so we don't have to worry about it.
Because going there, like, we were going over to my parents' house, and going there is like out of the way, so we were trying to call beforehand to see if it was there, so we didn't have to go out of the way.
Yeah, so we didn't have to make like a wasted trip or anything like that. So I gave him a call. First time, no answer. Second time, no answer. Third time, wouldn't you believe? No answer.
No answer. You see the trend going on?
So I decided to, you know, do what any red-blooded Americano would do, and I kept calling. I kept calling a total of 24 times. 24, guys. 24. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm just like, all right, you know what? Screw it. I don't care if it's out of the way. Let's just go and see if they're there.
Well, actually, while we were heading there, I was like, let's just go there and see. And you're like, well, it's out of the way. I don't know. Let's just jump on the highway and go over to your parents. I was like, no, I want to get the Amiibos now because knowing them, the last time we got Amiibos from them, they're going to sell them.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing that happened. I think we brought it up in a podcast. If we didn't, we had pre-ordered the Cat Mario and Cat Peach Amiibo and Bowser Jr. Amiibo when Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury came out, and we went to go pick them up. They had our Cat Mario, they had our Baby Bowser, they had our regular Bowser, but they didn't. Was it Baby Bowser or Baby? No. It was Cat Mario they didn't have. Right.
Yes, I was like, correction. Yeah. They had the Cat Peach, not the Cat Mario.
Peach is the one they had. They took our Cat Mario, and instead of, you know, calling the customer who pre-ordered it, they put it on the floor and someone bought it.
They sold our Amiibo.
So, like, when you told me that, I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. Let's just head over there and see. But while we were driving there, she took it upon herself to call as well. And you called a handful of times.
Oh, Jesus, I did. I don't remember how many times, but
it was a couple regardless. But, so we got there, rolled up, and I'm just like, I hope they have them. And we got there, we talked to them and being like, hey, do you guys have them? It's the 9th. You said they'd be here by now. Can we pick them up? And they're like, yeah, we have them. And we're like, yes. And there's like, we got both of them. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, long behold, there's a big butt.
Huge peach cobbler butt.
I want peach cobbler now.
But yeah, so we said, it's like, no. There's not 2, there's 3.
Yeah, because I remember, because I looked at you, I was like, 2?
It's like, yeah, there's 3. There's 3. And there's like, oh, but yeah, we only got 2. And apparently, what had happened, because we've had the best luck pre-ordering from this GameStop. Oh,
so much fun, let me tell you.
And then, like, stuff getting lost in Lake Pupukaka, or whatever.
I almost had water shoot out of my nose.
Sorry about that. Right. But yeah, so they had the Palico Amiibo, and they had the Magnamalo, which I'm happy that they had those. But the one missing was the Palamute, like which is the dog. He's the good doggo. He's the good boy.
Dogs are my favorite.
And I was just like, are you kidding me? It was like, are you telling me we have to wait again? It's like, yeah, we're not really sure when we're going to get this one. It's like, and the one thing that they said to us that made me want to just reach over and just smack some smarts, and it was like, oh, but don't worry, we'll give you a call when they get here. And I'm just like, you motherfucker.
But let me.
But keeping me from slapping someone, she had to take over and take the helm on that one.
Yeah. Let me let you know.
Oh, but a lot more interesting stuff happened with this pickup, by the way.
Fairy. Oh my god, it was like, I swear, it's like, have you ever had like an annoying sit that no matter what you tried, it just would not go away? Mm-hmm. That's how annoying it was, because let me tell you.
It was like pulling teeth.
Right? He brought up that whole thing. So the Palamute, she said, don't worry, I'll call you. What she straight up told us was, I have one box, because I guess the inventory came in that day. She's like, I have one box I still haven't gone through. I will go through it and see if I have it. And I let her know. I was like, well, we're going out of town. I was like, is there any way that if it does come in while we're still out of town, that you can hold it for us? Because I know you guys sell it within 48 hours. Mm-hmm. She tried to tell me, oh, don't worry. I don't follow that rule. I don't sell it. Yeah, Mm-hmm. Is that why I got Mario?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, she was over here talking to this lady. She's like, hold me back. I want to slap somebody. Because it's just like, you are lying to our face.
I wish I could have recorded that right there, how you were.
But it's just like, we're like, fine, we'll wait, and hopefully our good doggo comes in, and we'll have him, and we'll be happy. But we did end up leaving with the Palico and the Magnamalo, which, oh my god, they look awesome.
Oh, and also, maybe we can add a picture of them right here in this little script.
You're just asking for me to do more editing work now when you say this, like, let's add a photo.
I love you. Let me also mind you, I did talk with her and I got our $12.83 credit for that Funko Pop.
Yeah,
I
boy.
did, because I was like, I told her straight up, I was like, I don't understand why she said we picked it up when we didn't. We're gonna be out of $12.83. Because we paid for that. Mm-hmm. We're going to be out at 12. So she went ahead and gave me the $12.83. Mm-hmm. She said this female, her coworker, she said her employee was new, so didn't really know exactly what she was doing. In my opinion, if she doesn't know what she's doing, why is she there by herself?
I mean, sometimes they have no choice. Sometimes people don't want to come in, so you're left with the new person running stuff, and things get hectic. But it's no excuse. It was our Amiibo, so you're not allowed to screw up.
It's no excuse. It's no excuse to mess up that bad.
I'm gonna slap you.
Because, I mean, I was new once upon a time when I worked at GameStop for the first time, and guess what happened? I ran the register. I ran answering the phone. I ran cleaning the store, organizing, helping customers. I also was doing inventory, even though that wasn't part of my job. I was still doing it. And you know where the managers and stuff were? In the back. I was by myself.
They were over there stuffing their face with Subway while you're over here. I'm like, I can't do it alone.
Right? Well, actually, it was Jersey Mike, which is the better version of Subway.
Jersey Mike sucks Subway. Sucks Subway.
But
Jersey
I was like, are you guys kidding me? Like, I'm not even a manager and I'm doing y'all's job.
Just messed up.
Idiots.
Yeah, that was the whole thing with the Amiibo, which thankfully, like, and here's the fun part. Here's the conclusion of it. So you're wondering if we did get the Palamute. We did. We were actually able to pick him up. We got him.
Oh my god.
But here's the thing. We didn't receive a call. You're gonna notice a trend here when we're talking about this GameStop. We didn't get a call when he got there. When he was available. The way I found out, I saw people on Twitter talking about how they're happy that they got their Palamute Amiibos.
Finally.
And I'm just like, people are getting theirs. And we haven't received a call in like the last 2 days since people have been posting about this.
And that same day you told me that, I started calling. And let me add right here. Let me remind you. Mm-hmm. I called a total of, drumroll please, 12 times.
1 and 2.
And we were actually leaving. Like, we had to go and run an errand that day. This is while we were still over at my parents'. We had to run an errand. But I did try calling them 12 times before we left.
It's like, if you can't do anything in that store, at least answer the phone.
Oh, and let me mind you, though. When we did come back, I did try to call again.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, that day I did call back. I had a heart attack.
It was not a literal heart attack, but
Yeah.
like a heart attack out of shock, being like, oh.
Like a shock heart. Yes, definitely.
Don't want to scare nobody. Sure. Don't want to scare nobody.
I'm okay. Yeah, don't want to scare anybody. It was just a saying. But yeah, they actually answered the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was actually
Saturday. Yeah,
Saturday.
It was on Saturday. Like, the manager actually answered the phone, I think. Was it a manager?
I don't even know if she's a manager, but it's the same chick that decided to we picked them up. Same female. Same employee that we were just complaining about.
Yeah. We're not giving names or anything like that, but...
I don't even know her name.
Neither do I.
But we gave them the receipt.
She did actually pick up the phone, and we talked to her, and then she said, yes, it's here. But apparently... when they marked it down, they said we picked up the Palamute, and then we didn't pick up the Palico. And it's like, no, that's not it. We picked up the Palico. We didn't get the Palamute. And I'm trying not to slap people. The urge to slap is huge.
I was the same way.
Yeah, but we got it all organized. We picked up our doggo. We got him. He's in our collection now. We're happy. It worked out. It was painful. It was painful, but
it was very painful. I mean, I remember giving her the receipt, and she's sitting here like, it says Palico right here, and I was like, she crossed the wrong one. I have that one.
It was like, I got the footage. You can look.
I'm like, my God, it's such a pain in the butt just to get one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, that was our fun adventure of picking up our Amiibo.
Yeah, that was our Amiibo adventure. Crazy stuff, but thankfully we have them where they look good. If I remember, I'll put a picture up.
I'll convince him to fit one up.
But yeah, so
make a note for your future editing person.
We'll do that.
Hey, stupid! Make sure to add a picture right here, otherwise I'm gonna slap you. Not literal.
I'm gonna have to add that in fear now, but there you go.
It's not in fear.
But yeah, so
silly.
We went ahead and got that, and that was a little bit of our escapades throughout the week. What else did we do? Well, one of the things that we got to do, which I was really happy about, over the time frame between our last recording and this one, I finally bit the bullet. I swallowed my pride, and she pushed me enough. We actually streamed for the first time. For the first time in 3 years. In 3 years, people. It's been 3 long years since I last streamed.
Very long.
Since I last streamed on Twitch. It was the first time, and good God Almighty.
It felt
appropriately enough, it was during the final hours of Mario for his 35th anniversary, because I wanted to be like, hey, we're on the last, I think it was the last 2 hours before, allegedly at the time, where the servers where the servers for Mario 35 were going to shut down. So I was just like, hey, I want to try to see if we can stream, and I want to see if I can stream the last few hours of this before it shuts down. And she's like, let's do it. So it's weird because we decided to do it, and again, this, obviously I haven't streamed in 3 years, so I was a little nervous because I was just trying to remember if I could remember how I did everything. I haven't done it in a while, so I didn't know how my setup was and everything like that. And the main thing I was worried about is just if our internet was going to be able to actually be decent enough to run a stream, because as we stated before, we don't have the greatest internet.
It's a bunch of poo-poo.
It's download wise, it's pretty okay. It's decent for what average people do. For people who like to watch stream movies, watch YouTube videos, play games and stuff like that, it works fine for that. But when it comes to being a somewhat of a content creator or a streamer or whatever, it is garbage.
You don't want this kind of internet.
It's if you want for download, you're fine. You're coasting. You're perfect. But when it comes to upload, man, our internet is... garbo is not the appropriate family-friendly word I want to use for it. But yeah, so we went ahead and did it. unfortunately, I didn't. I was still a little bit nervous, so I didn't put up like face cam or anything like that. I just plugged in the mic, set up the stream, and just saw what happened. See, and it went pretty well.
We had a bunch of viewers, so thank you all who watched it.
We had a lot of friendly faces return.
Yes.
A lot of people were surprised to see us back. Some people thought it was a joke because technically, when we were streaming, it was April Fools. It was April 1st, so a lot of people thought it was a joke.
A lot of people thought you clicked that by
it's like,
accident.
Yeah, some people thought I was I clicked stream by mistake or something like that, but
nope.
We actually came back. We had so much fun.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just it felt like old. I know it's like weird to say because it's only been like 3 years, but it's like it felt like old times for that evening. Like I was energetic, I was happy, I was doing it with you and everything. It's like everything just felt good. It's like you were like reading the chat and everything like that. We were just shooting jokes back and forth. It was so much freaking fun. I realized when I play Mario 35 in front of people, I suck a lot more than I thought I did. Because it's that streamer nerve that come in and is like, man, you play with no one watching. It's like, man, I'm God tier. Ain't nobody touching me. I'm unstoppable. And then you play in front of people. It's like, I forgot how to jump.
It's just like it's just like you lock up.
Yeah,
but then again, it's like the nerves because it's like, you know,
it was a lot more pressure just because, like I said, it's like it's been a while.
Well, that's exactly it.
And I think honestly, the only thing that I was really nervous about was I just wanted the stream to look decent.
Exactly.
Because again, like we said, the internet's not great, so I was worried about like the resolution, the quality, if it sounded okay, and everything like that. It's just like the entire time I was having a blast, but on the other side of my brain, it's just like, this looks like crap. This isn't running well. Are you losing any frames? What's the resolution at? And I'm like, shut up. Let me play Mario. Stupid brain.
You also have to think about it though. It has, like you said, it has been 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of in a sense, yeah, you streamed before, but kind of in a sense, since it's been so long, it's kind of like your first time streaming.
That's really honestly what it felt like. It felt like I was starting over.
Exactly. Yeah. Which technically, in a sense, you kind of are.
And really, it all felt good. It's one of those things where you go back and do something that you haven't done in a while, and it's still fresh in your head. Like, even though you haven't done it in a while, it's still fresh in your head, and you're still like understand why you love it so much. And when we did it, it was just like everything about it just felt good.
Oh yeah.
And definitely. I remember because we streamed it for like I think a good. It was a short stream. Like let's not be real. It's not like how I used to stream where I streamed for like 6+ hours or whatever. But it was a relatively decently short stream, but it was fun. It was like 2.5 hours.
It might have been short, but it's longer than our podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So technically, in a sense, I mean, you have to take baby steps.
Yeah.
You have to take baby steps.
Yeah.
Start out small and go big. Like we always say, if you want to go big,
then say it. Then. Shout outs to people who know that. If you don't know who it is, you should. Because you just should. You should.
If you don't know who it is, you don't know a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, you need to go watch SmackDown.
Just watch some wrestling. I know some people might not
that
be into,
too, yeah.
If you're not into it, I mean, you don't have to be, but if you're a wrestling fan, you know.
You just know.
Exactly. But it was nice to go back, and it was just it felt like I was my old self that night, and it's like, I remember
incredible.
And I remember right after we got done streaming, it was just like my face, like she saw it on my face, like she saw how happy I was, and it made me feel even better because I saw how happy that made you. And I'm just like, this is why I want to do it. This is exactly why I want to do it. I feel great after it. You see me happy, and it makes you happy, and I'm like, this is the feeling, man. This is the feeling. This is what I've been missing. This is what I've been wanting to do for like the last 3 years, but I haven't had the gonads to do it. So I'm just like, get your huevos, boy, and get in there, and get in there.
Get them out for you.
Get in there and do it, and we did it, and it was great.
Had to pull you out from that and get you to finally do it again.
But yeah, so thankfully I have my pushing from you, and it all worked out, and it all came out great, and I'm just like, we're gonna do it again really, really soon. So
keep a lookout, guys. Keep a lookout.
Follow the socials and
Definitely.
everything like that. So
I have a Twitter too.
Yeah, we both have our tweeters, so make sure you check them out when we go live and everything like that, when we stream again. But yeah, that's another thing that we went down and did, and it was really fun.
It was extremely fun.
It was really fun. I was so glad that we got a chance to do it again. But on to another thing that happened. Like, I want to bring this up because this is I actually remembered something from the podcast that we recorded previously that got corrupted and everything like that.
Sweet, you do?
Yeah, I remembered something because I just looked over at it and I remembered.
What you remember?
So one thing I like to do in my like free time and everything like that, I like to tinker with things, like work on things, fix things, because that's one thing, like, as a job I do. I work on devices. I work on like cell phones, tablets, game consoles, yada yada yada. And I hadn't been doing it for a while now. Obviously, due to the pandemic and everything like that, it makes it a little harder to do that kind of work. But one thing, like, even as a kid that I loved doing was just like opening stuff up, seeing how it works, understanding how like things function and everything like that. And one of our because we have two Nintendo 64s, and I remember because mine specifically, I remember because we were testing stuff out for recording gameplay footage and everything like that. I'm gonna burp.
Oh no!
Oh god! Oh, so classy.
That's
god.
A whole lot of A-S-S-E.
Don't be a weenie. Just say assy. It's not, I mean, oh my god! I swear. Oh no!
There's a whole lot of assy. I swear too, to make you feel better.
I gotta put $1 in the jar.
What jar?
All right, keep my $1. But anyway,
I'll keep it.
So we have the two N64s. The one that I have, like the extra one that we have, is actually the one that I've had since like I was a kid. That was like the first one I got when the Nintendo 64 came out. I got it as like a Christmas gift, and I was noticing that it, like, every time I would try to power it on, everything like that, it wouldn't power on, and I was wondering, I was like, what the heck's going on? So I took it upon myself to be like, I have to figure out why this is not working. And oh my god, I did everything I thought possible to this thing. I opened it up, I cleaned out everything, I unscrewed everything, I pulled out parts, I pulled out pieces, and I deep cleaned. I cleaned this system better than I cleaned myself. I'm not saying I'm a dirty person. Get that thought out of your head. I'm just saying I deep cleaned this thing, and then I was checking.
You have a dirty mouth when you pause. No, I'm just kidding.
And like I checked all the contacts, make sure everything was working. I checked everything, and it's just like nothing was working. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like, I was still getting power and everything like that, but it's just like it would just not, like, I would get no picture. So I thought to myself, I'm like, all right. It could be one of two things. It could be the fact that, you know, the cartridge slot is dirty, the actual like video receivers like plug where like the AV cables go in, like I thought that might be bad. So I did everything, tried it out, still nothing. And I'm over here and I'm just like I'm upset because I can't figure it out what it is. And I decided to be like, all right, I'm going to try one more thing. And I still, like, I have all the innards and everything like that of the system intact. I just don't have the top on. So I pop the cartridge in, and then I turn it on to see, like, maybe if I adjust something real quick to see if that does it. And I go to turn it on, nothing. And when I say nothing, it's just like, there's no picture, and now there's absolutely 100% no power. Like I got no red light, nothing. I tried multiple times. I tried cleaning again. I did everything, and just nothing. No power, nothing. And I'm just like, I remember after I did that, I'm like, oh my god.
You were devastated.
And again, it may sound weird. It may sound weird to be upset over, like, as upset as I was over, like, a console breaking. But here's the thing. And again, I'm about to open a real big old can of truth worms right now, because this is the way I'm gonna tell the story. Uh, One of the reasons why it was so devastating for me, and like I remember because I talked to you about it originally. You know the whole story.
I'm the one who exactly told you, because you kept telling me, you're like, why am I so devastated about
Yeah.
this? I mean, one thing I do want to say is, like, I rarely ever see you cry. This is one time I saw you cry, and I remember specifically, like, I was the one telling you, you know, because you were like, why am I so devastated? We have 2 of them. I shouldn't be this upset. And then you go on and you
then
remember what I said.
You remember, I remember you telling me it's like, it's because of the sentimental value it has to me, like the memories you have with it. And when I say memories, I don't mean like, oh, like I remember getting it on Christmas and like, oh, I played it a bunch and everything like that. Like, all that system plus all of my systems that I've had since a kid, those were like, in a weird way, they were like my family. And the reason, and again, I'm not saying because I don't love my family or anything like that. It's because my family, like specifically like my parents and stuff like that, they weren't around all the time. And it's not because they went out like drinking or doing drugs or whatever. It's because they worked all the time. It's like they weren't, like, when I would be at school, they would be at home. And then when I would come home from school, they would be at work and everything like that. And one thing that my parents did for me when I was a kid, because like they didn't want me to be bored at home and everything like that, so they just like they got me like a video game system. Like they got me the NES, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, and everything like that. And that's what they would just use that to keep yourself preoccupied and
I
everything.
thought they only got you one system, you told me.
I'm treading off. I don't know what I'm talking about. But my point being is,
just talk about the...
Yeah, but the reason why, like, it means a lot to me is because I know some people were like, well, didn't you hang out with people and stuff like that? Don't you have friends? That's the point. Like, I was a very, I guess the right word, I was a very unpopular kid growing up. Like, elementary school, middle school, high school, I was never one of the people that you would consider, like, a cool kid. I was never one people wanted to hang around. I was that awkward kid that no one really talked about or talked to.
It's very sad.
And the weird thing about it wasn't because I was like a creepy kid or anything. It's just like people just didn't want to talk to me. And even when I tried to talk to people, they just wouldn't give me the time of day.
I mean, sometimes that's what happens. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. Maybe you were cooler than all of them and they couldn't take that heat.
Maybe
they're like, why is he so cool and I'm so lame? I'm so tacky.
And
it just like that little kid running at Walmart the other day.
We'll get into that in a little bit. But it was just one of those things that, in a weird way, video game systems were my friends. And in another way, it was kind of like they raised me. They helped me. They helped me grow
as a person.
Yeah. And it's not because it's like, oh, like, you know, video games are all about my life, but it was one of those things, like, when I was alone, when I was like by myself, like there would be nights where my parents would work really, really, really late and I couldn't sleep because I was just like, I was wondering when they're going to get home, or like, you know, I was like, I had a nightmare or something like that. And what I normally would do, I would wake up, I would turn on one of my game systems and I would play. And it in a weird way, it takes you to your happy place.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure, like, the way I'm explaining this, a lot of people have, like, that thing.
Their own little
that one thing that takes them to their happy place.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And that's why it means so much to me, because it's just, I had all those experiences with it, and when I worked on that system and then all of a sudden it just stopped working. Like, in a way, it like died. And that's when it hit me and made me realize that this is exactly, in my mind, like I just lost a really close friend of mine.
Like almost like a brother.
Yeah. In a way, it kind of felt like that. And again, it sounds weird now talking about it, like, because I'm talking about a video game system. It shouldn't be something like that, but it really devastated me. And I was just like, I was sad.
In a sense, yeah.
And like you said, because you said, like, you don't see me, like, really ever show emotion like that or cry or something like that. But you saw me, and I was broken.
You were. And I remember looking at you, and I remember saying a certain thing. And I wanted to see if I could, like, help any way I can.
And the funny part about it all, really, is, like, I was so, and it's weird because I'm talking about it now and I kind of feel like a little choked up about it, but no, I'm strong.
5 seconds later.
Shut up.
It's just, I remember, it's like,
and yeah, it was really, like, because I was, like, at a really, really just sad point.
Yeah.
And just, you were there when it was happening. And you, like, god dang, woman, they don't make superheroes like this woman right here. Like, you just, like, I don't know if it's just that love you got, or if it's just because you're a genius. It might be a mixture of both. But I remember you just coming in and you just spit straight truth at me. And just everything you said to me made me feel better. Like, I was crushed, man. And I just, like, I was mad at myself. I was sad. But every single thing that I was upset about, it seemed like as soon as you said something, you had the right thing to say. Like, you had the right word every single time. And then after you, like, calmed me down and talked to me a little bit, I just, like, okay. I calmed down.
And I told you.
And it's like, and again, which I probably should have done the entire time, and I probably could have avoided this whole emotional distraught that I brought myself. You told me the one thing that I probably should have done from the jump. It's just like, hey, maybe it's the power supply. Check the power supply. And I'm like, huh? Yeah, it's like, maybe the power supply you're using is bad now. That's why it won't power on anymore. And I'm like, motherfucker. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that.
Just say the actual word.
They got to pay extra for that. Anyway, so I'm just like,
they didn't even
I grab it, I take it over to, like, the big TV. That's where we do our big recordings and stuff. I took it there. I plugged it in to the other power supply, and I took, like, the deepest breath, and I just clicked, powered on. And I'm like, oh my God, there is a God. And he made this beautiful woman because she told me this idea. So I powered it on, though, and I tried to figure out, it's like, what? It's still not showing the picture, though. It's still not showing the picture, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I thought about it. And I thought about it again. And I had nothing. And once again, the woman in a superhero costume over here straight up comes up to me and she's like, hey, maybe it's the jumper pack. And then I'm like, and it's like, yeah, because, like, you put your expansion pack in my N64 and I put my old jumper pack in yours. And it's like, isn't it the N64 doesn't work if the jumper pack doesn't work? And I'm like, let me get my motherfucking jumper pack out. So I take it upon myself and I'm like, all right, I'm trying anything at this point. So I open it up. I take the old jumper pack out of my N64, the one that, you know, I thought I killed, and I take the old jumper pack out. It's the black one. It's not the expansion pack. And then I take the expansion pack that's in hers, the one that we use for our recording, popped it into mine, turned it on. Wouldn't you believe, there's picture. It works perfectly. It works fine. and I'm like, oh my god, my friend is back. And then I'm just, if I could have done a backflip, I probably would have, but I ain't got a body for that, so I didn't do it. So instead, I just ran up and hugged her.
And then I did a backflip. Gorgeous.
And then we eventually ended up finding out that all I had to do was just get a new jumper pack.
Which we did.
Which, again, I'd like to point out that I could have avoided all of that. All of that if I just would have just tried the jumper pack first. If I would have done that, I could have saved myself all that emotional distraught and pain that I brought upon myself. I almost burped. I burped. Sorry.
Dun dun dun.
This is a burpy episode.
Sorry, guys. I was coughing. You're burping. We are sorry.
Be happy that it's from the front and not the back.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, but yeah, so just that was an experience.
It was.
God, it was tough, but. It was just like, that's where I commemorate you. It was freaking awesome the way you handled that. You helped me. You got me all together. And I'm just like, this woman's a superhero. She's my superhero. And I'm so glad that I'm with her. Because anybody else probably would have looked at that and was like, you're stupid. And she didn't look at it that way. And that's why you the special one. That's why you the one for me. That's why I keep you, like, you're like the amiibo that I keep, like, on display, because that's how much you mean to me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so.
Let me blush over here.
Boom, still got it, boys and girls. I dabbed. I can't believe I just did that. You guys won't see it because I don't put voice cam or a face cam on this, so you can't see it. So so you can't prove that I did it.
Maybe I'll take a picture of you. I want to say that you're my superhero too, and I love you.
I love you. But yeah, so that was an emotional roller coaster.
I remember, because I remember that night, like, you know, like you were talking about already. Mm-hmm. I remember that you were, like, crying and stuff, and when you were, you know, having that moment, I remember specifically looking at you and being like, I don't know what I can say, I don't know what I can do to actually help or fix this problem, but I'm here for you. Whatever.
And honestly, that's all you had to do.
Yep.
And really, and if you think about it, in most situations when people are dealing with something or having trouble with, if you have someone there, you'd be surprised on how much that can help. Even if they don't really know what the problem is or what the issue is,
or how to solve it.
Sometimes really just find somebody who will listen. And really, that's all you need.
That's all that matters sometimes. It's just someone to vent to or open up to. Someone that's just going to sit there and listen, not judge you or anything. It helps out a lot.
Sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes you don't need someone to give you the answer. Sometimes you just need someone to hear your problem.
To listen.
To listen to your problem.
That's what helps me, is when I have you to go to and vent to.
Exactly.
Vice versa. But yeah, no, it's just, I remember I was like, just give it some time, and then we did all that. And
lo and behold, like, my boy is back.
Best friend's back.
My boy is running. He's proper. He's upright. And I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
Nacho was here and alive and back.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna call him, but
I mean, I
did eat a lot of nachos as a kid while playing that, so maybe.
I mean, I'm saying Nacho because it starts at the N, Nintendo 64. So I'm just.
Or we could just call him N64 because that's what his actual birth name is. Don't change his name. Don't get rid of his government name. Remember when I said that in the first episode? Probably not, because some of you probably are hearing this and haven't even heard the first episode. Shameful.
So if this is your first podcast you're listening to,
yeah, exactly.
Welcome.
If this is the first time you're listening to this, I know it's like 48 minutes in, but hey, if this is your first time listening to us, hi there. Welcome.
Welcome to our Untitled podcast.
We're glad you're here. We like what you're doing with your hair. Good shoes. Did you just get those?
I swear.
We're having a conversation with somebody.
You seem like a stalker.
And do you know what the funny thing about it is? Someone who actually might genuinely listen to this for the first time, they're going to hear this and be like, wow, I did just buy these shoes. Thank you. If that happens, please comment. Please comment and tell me that. Please comment and it's like, I did buy new shoes. Thank you for complimenting it. That would make me feel good. If you do, if you make it to this point in the podcast and you actually say thank you, I did buy new shoes, that's how I know you at least listened this far.
Which will make us both happy.
Exactly.
So on to what else we're gonna talk about. I know we were gonna talk about our little trip, and then we were gonna talk about the whole Walmart.
Oh yeah.
So which one should we talk about first?
Let's talk about our trip.
Alright. So what should we talk about first about it?
Well, we can talk about one of the main reasons why we came to your parents' place.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
One, just to catch up, because we haven't seen you folks in a
Yeah.
hot second. And I know some people's like, oh, I hate visiting my other half's parents or whatever. And it's like, sometimes, you know what, not all other partners' parents suck. Sometimes they're pretty freaking cool. So, you know, you gotta make the effort, man. It's like, if you want to
Exactly.
spend your life with somebody, you gotta spend time in their world.
You gotta make an effort.
You gotta spend time in the world that they had before you came along.
Of course, unless one of them actually hate you and give you dirty looks all the time, and it's hard sometimes, but...
That's a good point.
I'm saying in general.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's like there's movies and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. But, nah, we went there first, and it was super, super fun time. It was like, I always enjoy catching up with them and everything like that.
I absolutely love it, too, because, you know, talking about, you know, catching up, we haven't seen them in a few, and honestly, you know, I love seeing my mom and spending time with her, because, you know, she's one of my best friends, and I love, you know, having her to watch movies and shows with.
She watches the stuff with you that I don't refuse to watch because I don't like that crap.
I mean, you said you would watch it, but you wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
So
I make that effort at least. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'll watch stuff that you want to watch. I probably won't like it, but as the good boyfriend that I am, take note, boys or girls, I don't judge. Sometimes you gotta try to enjoy or put up with something that they like. I mean, even if you don't like it, you got to show some kind of interest, because you know what that means? It means that the relationship is not one-sided.
And that you care about them, because I do the same thing for you.
Exactly. There's a bunch of crap that I make her watch that I know she hates, but...
I watch it.
I gotta watch my BET booty videos. It's fun.
What? I'm gonna slap you. But yeah, another main reason we went over to my folks over this long week is because I needed to clean up my room over there, because it's been a hot second.
Your old childhood room.
Yeah, my old childhood room.
Which... That in itself is always an adventure, as is. When you go through your old childhood room, you go through things and find things that is like, oh my god, I remember this and everything like that.
Why did I keep this?
It's cool though. Sometimes you like remember things, and just like sometimes that's all it takes. You see like one thing and it's like instantly triggers like just a bunch of memories and stuff like that, and it's so fun.
Well, let me make it well known that I was working on my room before Ben and I moved out, and I ended up just, you know, stacking things up, and then we moved out, and I never really got the chance to stay over and actually clean it up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I got told that my stepdad was planning on going and cleaning it, and I know my stepdad, I love him to tears, I love him to death, but I know how he cleans up things. He just takes it and throws it away.
Yeah, if it's not needed, it's going out, and if it is needed, it's probably going to go out anyway.
Yeah, sometimes, like, there was a part of time where when he first moved into the house, we were cleaning up rooms and stuff, he would just start throwing things away. And I remember one time, I never seen my brother Justin cry. Never. And, you know, he cried that day because, you know, my stepdad threw his art book away. Yeah. That had a lot of artwork in it since he was, like, a teenager. But
it's like the thing with my like N64. It has like a lot of emotional meaning to you, and it's like you lose that and it hits you.
And
it's all connected. See, we're actually kind of staying on topic this podcast. Somewhat. We're learning.
That's exactly why I wanted to go through my stuff, because I have some, you know, emotional connection with some of the things that were in the room. But it was a lot of work. We were originally planning on staying until Tuesday. We ended up not leaving until Friday night, Saturday morning, because it took us that long
to just go through
everything. The closet, the room itself, dresser. We moved things, we vacuumed, we cleaned the walls. And after 9 bags to donate and 5 bags of trash later, the room is completely clean now.
Yeah, shout outs to the people that are going to get those clothes that we donated. You're going to look flawless. Flawless.
Flawless. But
yeah.
Yes, I know people are probably listening to this podcast like, that's a lot of bags. Why'd you have that much in your room? Childhood. Until,
Again,
I lived in that.
Childhood rooms, man. You'd be surprised. Some parents like to keep, like,
everything.
Some parents like to that, and themselves personally like to keep as much stuff.
Gotta realize, I lived in that house since 2nd grade, so I've had a lot built up in that room since 2nd grade. But I did get rid of a lot.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually surprised because after we cleaned it and everything like that, after it was done, it's like, dude, it looked like a completely different room. And it's like, I did not recognize it after we got done. It's like, good Lord, woman, you killed this room. Good Lord.
I feel like the next time we go over there,
we won't even recognize it. It's just like, I thought your room was in here.
What room is this?
We can actually see the floor.
I mean, you could originally see the floor. The closet floor, though.
Yeah.
You couldn't see.
Yeah, but it was good, though. I'm glad that we actually got it done. And you found some cool stuff that you found your, like, this I was actually like, this is one thing I will not lie. I am jealous that you found, because I don't have mine. You found your old Pokemon cards, and like, bruh. I was so mad jealous that you found them, because I had binders of Pokemon cards and I don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
And then we found yours, and it's just like, it was weird because they were your cards and everything like that, and you had memories attached to them. But for some reason, when I looked at them, I started remembering stuff from when I was a kid. Aww. And I'm like, that's how impactful Pokemon cards are.
Right?
We don't even play the stupid card game, but those freaking cards just like unlock treasure troves and memories and stuff like that.
We play every other Pokemon game almost, just not the card game.
I think that goes without anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure a majority, at least now, the way Pokemon cards are now, I think what it comes down to is most people don't even play the card game. Most people just collect them. It's like, I'm gonna buy a house with this fucking Squirtle card. No, you're not gonna do that. It's like, because some people think it's like, oh, if you have a rare card, you're gonna make a lot of money. No, you're not. I know some people want to get that like $600,000 Charizard card or whatever, and it's like that. It ain't easy, man. And you got to put money in if you want to get cards like that. But it's just like,
you do.
It's just people who think that they're gonna be able to buy a house because they got a Pikachu card. It's just like, no. Like,
think again.
But it's just like, you and I collect them because we collect them for fun.
Exactly.
Which, at some point in time, we're actually going to be doing some Pokemon card opening videos and a thing. Because we got a butt ton of Pokemon card packs. Elite Trainer boxes, booster boxes, Pokemon Pokeballs that got cards in it. We got a butt ton that we haven't even opened yet.
McDonald's Pokemon cards. Oh, God,
so many McDonald's Pokemon cards. I gained like an extra 10 pounds from all the friggin' Happy Meals we had to eat.
I gained 20.
It's like you got your small cheeseburger and your bag of bag of fries.
Well, actually, I probably didn't gain that much, because it seems like I don't gain
You lost weight. What are you talking about, gain weight? You lost weight. It's like all the weight that you were supposed to gain, like, looked over and it's like, there's more room in that one. Let's go over there. I was like, what the fuck is this?
What the heck? You're not fat.
But yeah, it was just, so that's one thing we got coming down the line is like Pokemon card. I know, how original. Oh wow, another couple opening Pokemon card. Shut up. You're gonna watch it anyway to see what we pull, you little punk.
And you're gonna love it.
And you're gonna be jealous when we pull out that fancy Ponyta card.
I want to start recording those so badly.
You never know. Maybe by the time this episode comes out, we might have a couple episodes of those recorded. You never know.
Just keep watching. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, but like I said,
follow us on Twitter if you have not yet.
Yeah, but like I said, we have more stuff. It's not just podcast related stuff we have coming soon.
We have a lot more.
Yeah, but it's just like you'll have more to look forward to. It won't just be podcast stuff. Even though if some of you just strictly only listen to the podcast, we have other stuff too. So maybe if you want to, maybe we'll tickle your fancy with some of the other stuff that we got going on.
If you want to venture your way and check it out, go ahead. Or if you have any thoughts of something you want us to try to do, let us know. If we want to,
I'm gonna say this right now: we're not gonna do any of those like couples challenges. It's like, oh, let's do the cinnamon. No, I'm not doing that crap.
I ain't doing that crap either.
It's not 2010. We're not doing that crap.
I mean, if you have where you want us to like ask questions to each other, which we did in our first podcast, I mean, we will.
We're not gonna do those challenges challenge videos, that fake couples and heavily scripted videos you see on Facebook, like, come out, and we're not doing that because, one, it's fake, and two, we're not doing that because we're not thirsty for money.
And I mean, we joke with each other all the time, so I don't feel like we need to do that either.
I'm not going to roll up to her and just like, hey, I slept with your best friend. Isn't that funny? And then she runs me over with her car. I'm not, no, I don't want to do that. Because I got a lot of living to do, and I don't want to be underneath her car.
I love you so much, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, so I really don't want that to
Exactly.
happen.
See? I got a good thing going. I don't want to screw this up.
Exactly.
But, yeah. But another thing, I think, like, we'll ask each other a couple questions here, and then we'll do our usual thing and wrap it up. But one thing I want to point out, we got, like, since we were talking about things that we're working on, one thing that I have been actually working on that I'm actually really enjoying, since I mentioned the whole tinkering thing earlier in the podcast, that's one thing that I actually might start be doing. I might actually start showing you lovely people out there how to fix and change things on some of your favorite consoles and devices. So
keep an eye out
if you're up for that, and if not, hey, at least you can watch the tutorial and learn something and just mute the audio.
And if you're in a Walmart or Target, keep an eye out if you start running. You wanna...
Oh yeah. This is the last thing that we were going to talk about before we ended the podcast. So, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. It was yesterday. Okay. So we went to Wally World, aka Walmart, aka
barely has anything in stock.
Exactly. So we went to Walmart. We just, we were gonna pick up a few things because we were gonna watch WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Because we wrestling fans. Because we from Florida.
High five.
Snack. Okay. And so we went there to pick up some stuff, and we did our usual thing. Every time we go, we check the electronics. We look at the empty Pokemon card section because that's always fun to see, where they have the thing that says, "Oh, only limit 3 per customer," but it's always empty.
Always. It's like someone looks at that sign and like, ha!
He's like, "Oh, I can only take 3. Okay, I'm gonna take 3, and I'm gonna take 3 of this box, 3 of this box, and 3 of this box, and f*** everybody else."
Exactly.
But anyway, so we were, we were going around, and we were just going around doing our thing, looking at stuff, and we were in the electronics section. And as we were going, because we like to look at the toy section sometimes. Just
for Pokemon cards.
For Pokemon cards, Pokemon toys, whatever. And as we were walking there, we heard something in the distance. we heard something, and again, we're not trying to poke fun at anybody. We're not trying to be mean, but it was funny. I'm sorry. It was
hilarious.
And if you act like you don't laugh at stuff like this, quit lying to yourself, because you know you do. But at least we're admitting it, so we're not bad people.
Yes.
Okay, so as we were walking into the toy section, we heard this in the distance. and it was like, it was this little kid. He was just, I guess he was doing something, and I guess he like bumped himself or whatever, or he dropped something and he was sad about it. And he was
I think his mom left him and he was looking for his mom.
Oh, yeah. Great parenting, by the way. That's not what we're laughing about, by the way. No. You're a horrible person if you do that. But it was just because of the fact he was just being really just like... he's a kid. I get it. I understand. But it's just like, it was the way he sounded when he was doing it. It was really funny. And as we were watching him run, his mom was looking over at him, and straight up, no joke, she just looked at him, and this kid just bailed. He like did straight up a full-on roll on the ground.
He like did a backflip.
Excuse me. But yeah, he ate it, started rolling, and he's just like, oh. And the mom is over there just like, get up. And I'm like, dude, your kid just fell.
Come stand over here next to the cart.
Come stand over here by the cart. And we're trying. I'm like, I kept it down for a little bit, but you over there, you were gone. You're like, oh.
No, I waited until we got past the mom.
We went past the mom, and we went on the other side of the shelving so they couldn't see us. But as soon as we did, we're like, just just like,
I kid you not, I laughed for a good 5 minutes straight.
Dude, I was like, again, I've seen her laugh before. I've seen her laugh. But this was like straight from the gut. Just like,
I've had laughs
and
like
it's like, clearly we're like, again, we wanted to be sure the kid was okay before we laughed at him. We didn't like instantly see him fall and just laugh at his he was fine. Like, the kid didn't hurt himself or whatever. His mom just didn't care. But he was fine. He wasn't hurt or anything like that. He was doing like what little kids do. Just like being whiny and everything like that and all that stuff. And it's just, I don't know what was with us that night, but we found that so funny.
It was hilarious.
Well, and you can't, and
but we had to make sure he was okay first.
Yeah, we made sure he was okay, and then we laughed.
And what were you about to say?
And it's like, we don't want to seem like it's cruel or anything, but you can't sit there. You can't sit there and not tell me there has not been a point where you've seen someone just be like, just walking, just doing their normal thing, and just out of the blue, just decide to be like, all right, forgot how to walk, and then just yeet,
yeet,
and then they just eat it, and again, any of those weird little conservative people out there just like, I would never laugh at someone who fell. You're lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself, you stinky, smelly, ugly little liar.
You know you would.
Because you know you do. Any person who sees someone fall, if they make sure they're okay first, they see that they're okay. As soon as they know they're okay, that's instantly they will bust a gut laughing. And we did, at a little kid's expense. Should I feel bad for that? Maybe. But the kid was fine. Nothing happened to him. It was just funny.
I mean, if he got hurt, we would feel bad.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
If he got hurt and we laughed, then yes, I would have felt like a bad person. But he didn't get hurt. He was just being a loud kid. It was funny. And another thing that happened, I want to talk about this. This is also something that happened at Walmart. It has to do with another loud noise we heard. And this just shows you where our immature minds go when we're out. We were walking in. This was another day. This wasn't the same day. As we were walking in, we decided to like just go in and just out of the blue, like we don't know where it came from, but we just heard this extremely loud noise. It legit sounded like someone just decided, you know what, tonight's chilly night, and I'm just gonna let the floodgates open, and it sounded up like the loudest fart we've ever heard.
For real, oh my god, I remember that.
It echoed in the store, and it wasn't even a fart. It was just somebody moving a chair and everything like that, and it just like echoed through the store. And just like, this is where our immaturity kicked in, because we were laughing. It was so freaking funny. But yeah, that was a funny thing that happened. So if you guys are wondering, Jess actually went to the lavatory. She stepped out for a second, so you guys are gonna have a little one-on-one time with me. How you doing, guys? I hope you're well. Did you see Godzilla vs. Kong? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing good things. And yeah, it's been a good time. We had Arby's tonight for dinner, and my stomach is punching me in the gut for that. He's like, you can't handle that beef and cheddar, boy. Why'd you do that? But hey, I told my stomach, hey, I make the rules around here, not you. I'm gonna eat what I want. So that's what happened there. But I'm staying strong, and things are going good. And she's back, ladies and gentlemen. Back in black, because she's actually wearing black right now.
I am back. Thank you so much. What did I miss? What were you talking about?
You'll hear it in post.
I heard something about your eating and staying strong.
Like I said, you'll hear it in post.
Oh gosh, I hope it will.
But yeah.
But thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, so eventful couple days, eventful week. We've had some laughs, we've had some cries.
It's been crazy.
We had some snack. Oh yeah, first thing I want to do real quick, I want to just quick shout out, an angrily shout out to something. Krispy Kreme, you fucking suck, by the way. I'm going to say this right now. Krispy Kreme, you suck. The only reason why I say Krispy Kreme sucks is because they released like these donuts with like Oreos on the top, like these Oreo chocolate donuts. And me and her, we saw those and it was like, oh my God, we got to get these. We got to get these. And again, I get it. There's a lot of people who like the sweets. There's a lot of people who like, we drove out there, like we were like, this is like right as we were leaving her parents. It was like, let's try Krispy Kreme and let's see if they have these donuts. We drove up there, went to their drive-thru. I'd like to point out, you have to drive by 4 dumpsters to get to the Krispy Kreme drive-thru of this Krispy Kreme. First of all, not the most pleasant smell. Not the most pleasant smell.
Oh no. God, no.
But we straight up went up there and be like, hey, how's it going? We'd like some Oreo Krispy Kreme donuts, please. And then there's like, we don't have them.
They were completely sold out. What? I'll take a large.
What? Yeah, shout outs to people who saw that funny little video that we posted on Twitter and Instagram.
That we put together.
Yeah, that we chopped together a little fun little video about the big lady from Resident Evil 8 and everything. Had a little fun with it.
Which I heard has big feet, by the way, too.
Oh man, that's gonna attract a whole nother kind of audience. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Anyway, so yeah, Krispy Kreme sucks because they didn't have our donuts. We made a funny video about the big lady from Resident Evil 8.
And we have more planned.
And we have more stuff coming in the coming days, weeks, months, years, whatever. We got a lot.
How long our adventure goes.
However long this adventure goes, or until we decide to pull the plug. But I'll tell you this: it's not going to be for a while.
Oh yeah.
We took a long enough break. We're ready to come back. So we are back. We're going to do this thing. It's gonna be awesome.
Very awesome.
Awesome. Like you. Like everybody listening. I'm gonna say this right now. This is only for you guys. This is only for you guys. If you guys are listening right now, if you listened up to this point, I want you to type in the comments. All right, you ready for this? I'm talking to you too. This is what I want them to type. Type this in the comments if you made it to the end of this video. Krispy Kreme sucks.
Boys and girls, again, Krispy Kreme sucks.
If you type that in the comments,
then you're awesome.
You're awesome. That means you listened to the whole way through, and we appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate, honestly, like, it's not even just the people who listen the whole way through, but if you listen at all, that means the world to us.
Indeed. That's why I want to try to get to know a lot more of your followers, because I would love, because I know...
I got some crazy people following me.
I know you know, like, more about them than I do, and I would love... It's not because I'm like, I want to be a creepy stalker and be like, I want to know everything about you, I just generally want to know you, because I want to know...
And that's an important thing in any relationship. It's like, you got to know a lot about the person you're with. Indeed. And that includes some of the people they may know. Because, like I said, the same thing about the parents. They've known them before you, like, they knew that. I can't talk. He knows them.
Maybe it's because
and they've known him. And there are things about each member of that party that know each other. And they know things before they came into the picture.
Exactly.
And that's why, open yourself up, man. Talk to people.
And I would love to become friends with your friends.
And I will love to be friends with your friends. And I want to be friends with everybody.
So do I.
Just not in a weird way. Don't get weird about it. We're here to just have fun.
Indeed.
That's all this podcast is. It's a couple who likes to have fun, likes to talk about whatever. It don't matter. We can talk about emotional stuff, funny stuff,
sad
stuff,
scary stuff, happy stuff.
It don't matter. We talk
food.
Lots of food. But the most important thing is that we talk, and some of you out there will actually listen, and that speaks volumes.
And we appreciate you so much, more than you'll ever know. I know you talked about wanting to ask questions.
Yeah.
Did you want to at least ask one and
Yeah,
ask
well,
more next time?
since this one's going a little long, we'll go ahead and ask one question each, and then we'll tip our hats and bid adieu.
And we'll ask more questions in the next podcast.
Yeah.
Because
Episode 4.
Episode 4. Alrighty.
So, who wants to go first? You want me to go first? You want to go first?
You know, this time I have such a random question to ask you.
Ooh, random.
Random. And it's actually about something that we love the most.
Banana pudding.
I mean, it is food related.
Okay.
So, I'll go ahead and go first because I do already know my question. Most random one. I already know the answer, but I want you to say.
Okay.
Out of all the food in the world, actually, what is your favorite kind of food?
Ooh.
Okay, I'll make it easier. What is your favorite food that I make for you?
That doesn't make it easier.
Why?
That don't make it easier.
Why not?
'Cause you make a lot of good stuff. My man boobs pretty much describe that. I'm jiggling them right now. This is a PG show. Stop that. My favorite thing that you make, that you like, when you say cook, does that include baking and stuff, or is it just cooking?
Yeah, everything.
Oh god, I made this answer harder now. Hard. Anyway, I have to say my favorite thing that you make, because you made those bomb sloppy joes, but then you made that other stuff. I feel like I'm on one of those game shows, just come up with the answer. Just come up with the answers, and it's like.
It's like that big clock that's going around.
I have to say, now that I really think about it, I'm gonna say your homemade from scratch tater tot casserole. And I just remembered why it's my favorite. Because it's my favorite because one, it tastes like you're freaking eating a cloud. I don't know. Don't know why I use that as an option, but
I mean, okay.
But I guess because it tastes like you're eating a cloud, because that seems so impossible to eat.
Yeah.
And just how good it is, it's just like it's impossible because it's that good. It's like it should not be that good. And the one main reason why it's my favorite is because it's the first thing you cooked for me.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that's why I like it, and it's my favorite because it's delicious, but it's also got an emotional meaning to me, and that's why I love it.
That is a perfect, beautiful answer.
Saved myself. Gonna get tater tot casserole this week.
You are indeed. It's just as perfect as you are. And here, now I'm gonna do.
But you can't see it. We're gonna make a Patreon, and you gotta pay us money if you want to see us.
If you want to see that, yeah. And have a video of just us dabbing.
It's like it's the $1 tier. You get this. It's the dabbing tier. You gotta pay $1 to see us dab. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Okay, so here's my question for you.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta think of a question real quick. Okay.
All right, so let's
I got you. I got it. So you and I are avid players and avid lovers of the game Overwatch. I'm pointing to our collection of Funko Pops that you can't see.
I will not take a picture of this time because we need to reorganize
we need to organize it.
So we'll show you at another
The only
time.
reason I'm bringing this up is because the Overwatch Archive event is going on at the time of the recording.
Yeah.
So my question for you.
My answer for you?
Is out of all the characters, you have to pick one that you love, one that you're okay with, and then one that has to go.
Oh, God.
So out of one that you love, one that's okay, and one that has to go, who are your 3 picks?
Well, that is a tough one. Mm-hmm. That is a really, 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 really tough one.
Mm-hmm.
So, one that I absolutely love, she's been my main since day one. Day one.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love her. I actually plan on cosplaying her at one point.
Don't get any weird ideas, you creepy mother... I mean, it's gonna be awesome, guys.
and I still wish we had the statue of her. Mm-hmm. One I love, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be in agreement with this. Diva. That's one I love. Mm-hmm. One I'm okay with.
So I know someone's probably like, "Oh, Diva trash! Diva trash!"
Shut up. One that I'm okay with. I mean, I have so many I can be in this category.
That's
so hard.
Like, the one you love is usually the easy one. It's the one that you're, like, okay with. And I'm like, that's the hard one.
Well, the one I'm okay with is, you know, I do love her, but I'm also okay with her, but I also am really good with her, is Mora.
Moira's dope.
She is amazing. Mm-hmm. I love her both.
It's because, I'll say this. It's like, I know most people don't really like Moira because no one knows how to play her properly. You're one of the few people that I've seen who actually play Moira as, you know, defense and offense. You actually know how to heal as well as do damage with her. And most of the time when you play with people, they're like, I didn't know Moira could do that. Because you're not using the elements.
Yeah, no, I love I love both of those. Like, I love Moira, but I'll put her with the okay category. I'll pick, you know.
And Diva for your love. Alright, so here's the hard one. Which one has to go? If you have to say one hero in Overwatch has to go, which one?
Oh, this ain't hard. This is not hard.
Oh, okay.
This is not hard for me at all.
There's a lot of angst coming from this one.
Exactly. This is not hard for all.
Okay.
Doomfist!
Doomfist?
Doomfist! He can go! I mean, I'm pretty sure some people listen to the podcast.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think you were gonna pick Doomfist.
Who did you think I was gonna pick?
I thought you were gonna pick, like, Ana or something.
Well, I mean, Ana's one too. But truth be told, the reason why, hear me out, the reason why I say Doomfist is because, you know, I had a hard time picking between Ana, Doomfist, and Tracer. They're all three annoying. So annoying. Especially Tracer. I swear, I had a tough one. But the main reason I picked Doomfist is because it's just so aggravating, especially when Total Mayhem's going on.
He's the worst in Total Mayhem. Oh my god.
Exactly.
It's just Charge Fist Central. That's all it is. It's Charge Fist and Uppercut. That's all it is.
That's one main thing. But honestly, this is it is easy for me, but it's also hard because I would eliminate 3 people. I'm going to eliminate Tracer, Ana, and Doomfist because they're all annoying.
You have to pick one, though.
I did pick one. I picked Doomfist.
So many Doomfist mains are going to be mad. He's like, oh, what?
I mean, truth be told, just because I'm saying I want it to go doesn't mean Blizzard's going to be like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's get rid of Doomfist. I don't know.
Blizzard's been making some pretty stupid calls lately, so you never know.
They're not going to listen to this random podcast and be like, I'm going to
Jeff Kaplan's going to be like, hey, that's a good idea. We should get rid of Doomfist. Yeah.
And in advance, I am sorry if that does happen. Never mind.
No, it won't.
I'll eliminate Ana. And then a bunch of Ana mains. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. She's top 2. Anyway.
Anywho.
But yeah. Good questions.
Good answers, too.
Good answers, too. But I think since we're getting close to basically the length of a film at this point.
I mean, it already is. Some films are this long.
That's true. So I think here's a good stopping point.
Definitely.
I think here's a good cutoff point for this episode of episode 3 in the Untitled podcast. We learned some things. We laughed at some things. We cried at some things. We ate some things.
We did it all.
We did it all.
Untitled podcast episode 3.
Episode 3. I gotta be honest. I loved it. We kind of had a little bit of structure this time.
Yeah, me too. We're getting somewhere.
Eventually, we won't tread off too much, but
hopefully,
it's kind of our thing. We gotta tread off.
I mean, it's who we are. Yeah. I mean, in the long run, we kind of want to be a little different from everyone who has structure. We kind of want to do our own thing, so that's why we that's one why we have it.
Be happy we're doing this, and we're not doing ad reads for like.
Exactly.
I don't want to say any names because if we actually end up getting ad reads and everything like that, I don't want to piss them off.
But yeah, no.
You talked crap about us. We're not gonna pay you.
Exactly. But yeah, no. It's just like, you know, I love that we're different. That's why we also have like Untitled podcast. We don't have a name for it because I do like that. Yeah. I feel like we're gonna.
And I'm pretty sure that there's other podcasts on YouTube called Untitled Podcast. But hey, they have theirs and we have ours. And in our eyes, we're the only ones that do it this way. So you know what? There you go.
On to episode 4, you guys. So stay tuned.
We'll see you soon in episode 4. Probably by the time this is uploaded and actually rendered. episode 4 will already be recorded and ready to go.
More than likely, because we are falling a little behind because of our trip. But we hope you guys enjoyed this. We really do.
Just stay tuned. We'll see you soon in episode 4.
See you soon in episode 4.
We got some streams coming.
Definitely.
Maybe some new videos coming out.
Just
in
keep an eye
the
out.
time to hold you off until the next episode of the podcast comes out.
Yes.
But that has been the podcast. This has been episode 4.
Before we turn this into, a 4-hour movie.
This
has been episode 3.
Yeah, this has been a long one, but hey, if you stuck around this whole time, remember Krispy Kreme sucks in the comments.
And we appreciate you so much.
If you listened the whole way through. And if you didn't listen the whole way through, like we said, we appreciate if you just listened.
Yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, taking the time out of your day to actually listen to our voices and check up and see how we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
until then, guys, this has been episode 4.
No, it has not. It's been episode 3.
I tricked you. Anyway,
we're going on to episode 4 though.
Yeah, we'll head on to episode 4 after this.
Well,
but anyway, that's been the podcast. I've been Ben.
I've been Jess. This has been fun.
This has been fun. We hope you guys had fun. We'll see you very, very soon.
We'll see you very soon. We hope you take care.
And have a good one.
Have a good night.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.